Hey everybody, this is my kitchen, Awakened Taste. Thanks for joining. And today I'm going to show you one of my favorite dessert recipes. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, and full of deliciousness. It is avocado chocolate pudding. Don't get fooled by avocados because it's creamy and smooth and you're going to love it. So come back, join me, and I'll show you how it's done. Alright, so avocado mousse pudding, whatever you want to call it, delicious goodness, that's what we're making tonight. So I came about, or I found this mousse at a local grocery store that had a nice salad bar and hot bar available. And when I found this, I thought, oh my gosh, it's something that tastes amazing that I can eat. It doesn't have anything in it but avocados, coconut, cocoa, and well, you see it right here. So we have a little bit of honey, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon, a pinch of salt. It's a secret ingredient. We're going to throw this all together and show you how to make a really quick and easy dessert that just about any guest that you serve will be able to eat. Okay, so we're going to start with the avocado, and I'm going to do this. I only have enough cocoa powder here for one avocado. Again, I'm not using a recipe. I tend to not use recipes. I just kind of go by taste, and that's how I like to teach people to cook. It's just, you don't need to follow a recipe. You just need to kind of sample it as you go and adjust from there. And that makes it more fun too. So I have about 1/4 of a cup of cocoa. So I'm going to start with one of my avocados. I'm going to choose the bigger one, and we're going to start with this. If we need to add more, we can always add more. You can't take out an avocado, so we can always put more in. Since I'm only using one avocado, this will serve about 3 people for dessert. I'm going to use my handheld blender to mix this all together with. And the handheld blender is great because it's small, fits inside of a wide mouth ball jar, and I don't have to dirty a whole food processor or a blender. Don't try this in a blender. It really doesn't work that well because it's not a lot of liquid. You want it to be nice and thick and creamy. So don't even try with a blender. Food processor would work great as well. Okay, so I'm going to start with cutting into my avocado. It's always a surprise to see what the inside looks like. Ooh, it looks good. And I'll take the pit out. There we go. And I can just scoop around the shell, and it goes right into the jar. Avocados are a great monosaturated fat. They're also full of potassium, more potassium than bananas, and they have a lot of great fiber for digestion. So into the jar we go. And to this, I'm going to add culinary coconut milk from a can. This is the full fat version. It's nice and rich and creamy. And I'm going to take the top layer off, which is the creamy part of the coconut milk. Just scooping from the top. This is about 3 tablespoons. I'm going to go with 4 tablespoons as I make a mess everywhere. There we go. 4 tablespoons. Reserve the rest of this for my morning smoothie. And I'm going to add some honey. Maybe a tablespoon. Half tablespoon. We can always add more sweetness. So I recommend starting with less sweetness at first so that you don't over sweeten your dessert. Okay, and then a little bit of vanilla. I like to pour it over a spoon so I don't accidentally pour too much. But we're going to do about 1/4 teaspoon, not much at all. And then some cinnamon. If you want to give it a little kick, you might add just a pinch of cayenne. You never know. You're feeling jazzy. Okay, that's about maybe 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a little bit more for good luck. And just a pinch of sea salt. It's good, plenty. Okay, now I'm going to use my blender and puree away. There we go. And mix it up a little bit. Oh yeah, listen to that. Oh yeah, okay. I almost forgot my favorite part and the most important part, the chocolate. So that's a little less than 1/4 of a cup. Mix it all in, here we go. Oh yeah, cocoa dust. Scrape the sides down a little bit. I'm going to scrape the sides down with a spoon. So I make sure to get all the chocolate mixed into the inside. It's looking pretty good. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna try it. All right, so for my first taste test, it needs more honey. So let's add some more honey. Clearly this is not the best jar to be making this in. So I don't think I actually got a full tablespoon last time. I would stick with about a tablespoon to 1 avocado. Again, I'm just eyeballing it, so always taste test. Here we go, I'm gonna mix that in. Oh yeah, that's good. It's pretty rich. I like it that way. You might like it a little bit more milky chocolatey. In that sense, I would add a little bit more coconut milk, but I think this is really good. So if it's tasting too much like avocado still, add a little bit more honey and a little bit more cinnamon and maybe 1 more pinch of salt. It should cover up that avocado taste. This tastes amazing. I'm gonna get it right out of the jar. Who needs dinner?